Here to talk to Lagosians and ask for their votes as he runs to unseat Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at the poll is Mr. Olayiwola Akeem. He's a member of the African Action Congress. Mr. Akeem is a graduate of mass communications from the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Ogun State, and now works as a freight forwarder. He says he's running for office of the Governor of Lagos State to return government to the people. But what does that mean? Let's find out. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Akeem. Good morning and Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, I wish you
so you say that you're running to return the government to the people. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Good. If we can see clearly in this state, the government is not working for the people of Lagos State. In fact, no sector is working on the interest of the people of Lagos State. Instead, they are working for themselves. And who? Government is working for the few elite empowered by the chief cabal of Lagos State. So that's what we see, that we can't just continue looking these people in such direction. And that made us to come out because we have an ideological different from where or from what we see them doing to the people of Lagos State.
So when you say you have an ideological difference from what the current administration in Lagos State is doing, talk to me about this ideology that you're coming with.
Because our political party, African Action Congress, is quite different from the norms or from other political parties, the way they govern the people. We are totally a socialist political party, and we are on the path of the people because it's a pro-people party. So what makes our idea different from other political parties is, one, we are not the political party that take directive from someone in body law. So we have no godfather, though we have advisor, but whatever you may bring as an advice for us should be at the interest of the people. So we are not genuflecting before any godfather other than the people of Lagos State, because whatever they need to improve the standard of their living is what we are going to government to do for them.
And so in running for governor, which is a very sensitive position, I wonder why. I wonder, some of the thought processes that you had as an individual that brought you to this point where you say, okay, I'm going to be governor, right? Talk to us about your thought process before you decided, okay, governor is it.
Yeah. These people have been fair enough to the people of Lagos State. I wouldn't have become a politician. But we discovered that if we leave these people to continue this way, in fact, we don't know how many people that will remain.
And you think being a governor is the best way to address these concerns that you have?
Yes, of course, because we see that in Lagos State, to be a governor, you will be the person that will be able to control the affair of the state, because people are suffering in this state. People are suffering, and a governor has much to do to improve the standard of living of the people of Lagos State.
What are some of the trainings that you've had, or the experience, the preparations you've had in your lifetime that you think make you best suited for this job?
If anybody will say that which type of experience we have experience in standing by people even before the birth of our political party. We are the only political party.
When you mean standing by people, are you speaking of being an activist?
Yes, of course. We have been standing by people, and people trust us for that. And we are the only political party that are advocating for genuine justice and equity for the people of Lagos State, even for the people of entire Nigeria. We don't have experience in stealing, kidnapping or killing the people of Lagos State. We don't have such experience.
I mean, what I'm really trying to understand is, being an activist is one thing. Being a politician in the democratic setting is something else, right? And I'm struggling to sort of, understand how you think of your role as an activist translating into your responsibilities as a governor. What skills are you taking from your activism to governance? That's exactly what I'm trying to get at here.
If we look critically into the history of the world generally, we all know Nelson Mandela, who has written his name in the book of record in world. Nelson Mandela was an activist. He has no experience in politicking. And if you talk of experience, especially in this nation, in this country, the experience that those people, even that they claim that they had, hasn't worked for the general masses, for the masses. So activism and the experience of an activism that we claim that we have, we know that we translate it to the development of the people because of the manifesto.
So if we say that the people who have been there before have not exactly been the most experienced, and you can see the quality of governance that we're getting, surely the answer to that cannot be to replace them with equally unexperienced people, can it?
Yes, of course now, because the experience that they claim that they had hasn't worked for the people.
So do we want to replace them with equally inexperienced people, or should we be looking at someone who actually has, transferable skills from whatever walk of life that they can bring to governance?
Yes, of course.
That's what I'm trying to get at here.
We like to replace them with someone with integrity, someone who knows where the shoe pinches the people, because we are also the member of society. We know where shoe pinches people. We know what is happening. We know how people are faring.
0913-5000-953. I want to open up the phone lines here. If you've got any question for Mr. Olayiwola Akeem, who is the governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, please call this live studio lines and, let's hear from you. Whatever questions you have for him. Olayiwola Akeem is the governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, and he says he's running for office to return the government to the people. And he's essentially told us what he means by that. So more questions for you. As you know, the calls are being processed. The messages, by the way, if you'd love to send us a text, please dial 0809-682-2595 on WhatsApp. That's our WhatsApp line, 0809-682-2595. Text us on WhatsApp with your question, and we'll put it to our guest this morning. So, Mr. Akeem, I want to get your thoughts on, what your value proposition to Lagosians is. If we vote you in as governor of the state, what do we gain from your administration? How does our lives become better than what it is at the moment?
I told you that no sector is working for the interest of the people of this Lagos State. When we talk further, transportation system, people are facing a lot of difficulties to get from one end to the other in Lagos State. So we need to address that.
You have Ability on the line with a question for you. Ability, good morning. Welcome to Now Breakfast.
Good morning, Chika. How was your night?
Very well, thank you. I slept well.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, brother. Just carry on.
All right. My question to him is this. In this Lagos, the present government oppressed people too much, the citizens or Lagosians, if I may say. So what plan did he have in order to see that injustice is being done in this Lagos? Like, for example, like all these are going to be used to oppress people. They will tell you must come and, do rally for this particular candidate, or else they will lock your shop. They will wake up, they will tell you, so you must bring over that for Christmas, or else you lock your shop. In fact, the injustice is too hard. So what plan did you have in order to see that those oppressors is stopped in Lagos? Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ability. So, he was pretty much just talking about the points that you're about to raise as regards louts on the road, so if you will.
I told you that they intentionally keep them to be using them to oppress the people in Lagos State. So our plan, I told you that we will rehabilitate them because and identify some of them because we have graduates among these people. We identify them. Then, because there is no job employment, made some of them to become agbero. We identify the graduate among them, maybe ND holder or degree holder. We identify them, give them job because we will create cooperative society for the drivers in that area, whereby many of them will have access to be working in that area. And then some of them will return them back. We train some people to become mechanic or other artisans. So we move them to the mechanic village that we said that we will return to we return mechanic village. Every local government will have a land for where the mechanic will be repairing the vehicle. Some of them will go to that mechanic village. They'll be working there. And others will even come to government house.
Please call us up 0913-5000-953 0913-5000-953 and 0901-1111-953. These are the live studio lines to dial this morning. Our guest here is Mr. Olayiwola Akeem. He is the Lagos State governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, and he's essentially here in the studio to talk to us about his plans for you, the people of Lagos, if he's elected as governor of the state. So if you do have questions, let us hear your questions this morning.
And to talk more about to conclude about the question that first caller raised.
Yes.
On UC talks to close people's shops down whenever there will be a rally, that people should just comply. That's force. They are forcing people to obey them. So that's oppressive way of...
Okay, so let's talk about education, because you also raised education earlier. What is your problem with how education currently exists in Lagos? And what is your proposal for addressing this problem?
Every politician will just say that we will build social school, we will do this, we will do that. Though we have our own program, very unique and different from how they have been doing it. Because we have policy documents that we first of all, on getting to that seat, come May 29, 2023, that we are here now, we propose a document to House of Assembly that every politician in Lagos State, every political office holder should enroll their children in public schools. By doing that, every hands will be on deck that this government really mean a business, because we are also part of the society. Now, students are resuming now. Many will be thinking of how to pay their children their school fees. But if politician or political office holder could be able to enroll their children in public schools, all hands will be on deck. We know that truly, now that we have no choice than to take our child to public school, we know how to curtail the excesses or how to manage public school or to improve the public schools so that people will have trust in government, and government will be able to upgrade educational standard in Lagos State.
Why are you restricting it to just political office holders? Why are you restricting it there?
Because the political office holders in Nigeria, as well as in Lagos State, their children are not in public school. That's why our public schools are in shambles. So that's why Yoruba will say, "Fino jo ara eko to fi jo omolakeji." Burn yourself with fire, so you will know how painful it is. When we return our children to public school, so definitely we brought equity that we are advocating for and justice to the people. They will know that there is no difference between the people in governance and the publics.
Okay, so that's your plan for education. How do you want to fund it?
Again, that's not enough.
Okay.
That's not enough. We also present a document to make sure that we raise education budget in Lagos State from how it is now to minimum of 18%. Though Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, when he was coming in 2019, he promised Lagosians that he will raise educational budget from how he met it or what he met at 12% to 18%. But now, if we can go back, if we could be able to go back to check budget of 2022, the education budget, what the budget for education is not even up to 10%, which means they are fond of lies, telling our people lies. So ours will not be that. And in that regard, when we put it before the before the State House of Assembly, so they have to make it as a law.
I mean,
to a standard
it's
level.
interesting you have this figure pegged in your head as to how much of the budget should go to education. And that's great, but how will you fund it? Because that's also a very, very important aspect of making your ideas a reality.
2022, government, Lagos State generate 1.2 trillion as revenue. And they budgeted 1.76 trillion. And the educational budget that they gave, if we even base our expenditure on that 18% of their last budget, which is a 2022 budget, definitely we have enough to fund education in Lagos State. We have enough because we plan or we propose building of 120 secondary school, 180 primary school, all
New
across
primary
Lagos
schools,
State.
or are you refurbishing what we have already?
We will refurbish what we have, and we as well.
No, I'm asking of
build
the
more
120, the 120 secondary school that you're speaking of.
New.
They are new ones, never existed before.
We will refurbish what we have and as well build new ones because we have the population in Lagos State. Lagos State population now is around 27 million people living in Lagos State. So the schools that we have is not enough. That's why, because in our public schools, when you go there, you see a minimum of 80 to 150 students in a class with a teacher. So how do you want the student to gain the knowledge that will help them in the future? That can never possible in such environment. So that's why we are proposing to build more schools to copy late Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, because what he did in Lagos State just for 4 years, the people now in government for their past 23 years could not be able to achieve what the man achieved in just 4 years. So that's it.
I mean, very interesting idea on education there. But, in saying that Lagos State raised, 1.2 trillion naira in revenue last year, many are also saying that, look, we are under collecting taxes, we are under collecting revenue. Do you agree that we are under collecting? And if you do, how do you propose to collect what is due to Lagos State government?
We are under collecting, and there is there is irregularities in the way and manner that Lagos State collects its taxes. There are some people that are not paying tax, and there are some people that are paying multiple taxes. and there's no transparent in the way they collect the taxes in Lagos State. So I don't see where a responsible government will be using third-party organization or third-party firm to generate or to collect tax in his or her state. So that is an act of irresponsibility on the part of our government. So we will stop Alpha Beta from collecting tax for Lagos State. Lagos State has a Ministry of Finance. What is the essence of having the Ministry of Finance while contracting major area, the art of governance to third-party company? So in that regard, there will be no transparent. There is no transparent because those companies will not be able to justify what they are collecting. And then looking at the informal sector, we believe that the population in Lagos State is supposed to be an added advantage to the government in getting more tax or more revenue.
Well,
to fund the project of Lagos State. But in that area, they use TOG. They use TOG to collect tax from people, and it's not being transparent.
Well,
and people are shouting, whatever they collect from all those people is not transparent. People in Lagos State don't know how much they are even collecting from Iyaloja and Babaloja in our marketplace. And all these things will have a negative effect on the commodities that we purchase in the market. Okay. I told you, we are also member of the community. We are member of the society. We know what is happening. Lagos State is not being... Lagos State is... they are not running Lagos State in the way that it will affect people's life positively.
Right. Well,
Lagos State is just developing in their own personal pocket.
We want to say thank you again, Mr. Olayiwola Akeem, who is the Lagos State governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, for coming on here and sharing your thoughts on governance and why you want to be governor with us.